Guys, this is a very important video. It's going to explain how I trade. I am a trader. One of my skill sets is I am a highly successful trader. And I'm going to tell you why I trade forex market, how and why for cash flow. So you see the whiteboard there. I'm going to zoom in a little bit more so we can see all together. So for you newbies, what does forex stand for? It stands for foreign currency exchange. And what that means, it is you trading the differential exchange rates of like a Japanese yen, US dollar, the Kiwi versus the Australian dollar, whatever. The hierarchy is 1 through 4 here is what my opinion only, which I think is the hierarchy, but my opinion makes money, so it's important. So number 1 is forex because it trades up to $5 trillion a day. Let that sink in. $5 trillion a day forex exchange hands. Number 2 is crypto. Crypto around X amount of billions of dollars a day. Okay. Stocks, few million or several millions a day. Of course, bonds around 100,000 to a million. Okay. The structure of the currency pair is like this. You have the euro. This is the euro definition with the slash. Excuse me. I had a coughing spell there. Crazy. So you have the US dollar. So it was always a comparison. US dollar versus euro dollar or euro dollar versus US dollar. Okay. The one on the left here is called the base currency pair. This is what you're governing or your anchor currency pair. This is what you go off of, whatever is on the left. Whatever is on the right is called the offer currency. So think of it as 1 euro dollar is equivalent to whatever the market is offering US dollar for that $1. Okay? So when you go short, which is selling, what you're doing is you're selling the euro. You go off the base, you sell the euro, and the speculation hopes that it's going to go down. And when you close out the position, you actually buy back the euro. So let's just say you buy it at $1, and all of a sudden, a few minutes later, a few hours later, a day later, whatever, it comes back at 40 cents. So now you sold it at $1 to the market. Now you bought back at 40 cents. So now the profit is $1 minus 40 cents. So your profit is 60 cents minus whatever the broker or the commission fees or what have you. Okay. So that's how we trade the currency. You always go off the base currency pair, and this is called a pair. You always go off the base currency. Are you selling the euro versus the other currency, or are you buying the euro versus the other currency? So it'll make sense more as you go along, but you just focus on the base currency. And what I wrote down here, what does each trading vehicle convert to? Money. So why do people always get hung up on stocks? It blows my mind that people, all they do is they want to trade stocks, and they think foreign currency is so hard, it's so difficult to get in. And actually it's kind of funny because stocks has an intrinsic value or different type of what you call a fundamental entities that actually dictate the price movement. So you have 16 different fundamental entities that dictate, like, what does the CEO do? Is the company doing well? Is the vendor treating them well? How are the materials for that company working? Is the FTC on their case about certain issues? Just like that. Where forex, you only have 4 things to worry about: up, down, sideways, and news. That's it. Where stocks, you have maybe 16 to 23 values depending on who you ask. So if the central market in Europe is doing something weird and everything and it affects the forex, what is that? It's news. It's simple news. Is it going to go up? It might. Is it going to go down? It might. It might stay sideways. That's how we know. That's all we need to know. Let's see here. It says trading signals 67 a month on that. So look at this, but don't worry about that. Okay. And now I'm going to pause this video and we're going to look at my computer because we want to look at the MT4. MT4 stands for MetaTrader 4. It is the universal platform that most forex brokers use, that is licensed because it's the most flexible. TradingView is starting to catch up, but that's not the most used one. It is what most programmed or programmers are using to trade the forex market. Okay, so I'm going to pause this real quick and we'll look at my computer. Okay, what you see here is my MT4 trading platform. It's a demo right now to show you what the indicator is here. What you can see, this is the live market because the forex currency market times is 24/6. That means it's open 24 hours a day, 6 days a week. Sunday night Pacific Standard Time around 4 p.m. our time. I'm in Seattle. To Friday, I think around 4 o'clock. So it trades around the clock. The benefits about trading forex is, if you can see my mouse here, is this area here. See that? See this indicator, that bluish thing? I'm going to zoom in on this here so you can actually see that. Actually, I'm going to zoom in a little bit more. And I'm going to... So you can see this indicator is indicating that the market goes up. With stocks, you can only trade going up. I get annoyed when people tell me, oh, did you hear about Bill about the XYZ stock? I go, oh, really? Well, did you trade it? No, I didn't get in. Why not? Well, it wasn't a good time, or I didn't have the money for it. So you're just trying to appease my trading mind, just telling me something about the XYZ stock, which I don't give a rat's ass about because I'm not trading it. The only time I give a care about any type of trading is actually when I'm in it. So that is true. When I'm not trading it, I could give a shit about that stock, that currency pair, that mutual fund, that crypto. I don't give a shit about that. The only time I give a shit about something is actually when I'm actually trading it because my money is on the line. I don't speculate, oh, the market does this. I don't give a shit about that. So let's get that straight. On this right here, actually you can see, it's hard to see. I'm going to zoom in on it. Like that Euro demonstration about the base currency. Here it is. This is the Euro US dollar 4-hour time frame. That is the golden ticket. We are going to trade, or I'm going to trade the 4-hour time frame. Why? Because it allows me to get into the market, and if I'm busy doing stuff, I can have time to get into the trade without losing out on the trade. Does that make sense? Maybe I'll trade the 1 hour, but what happens is you get a little bit more of a whipsaw. It moves, it jiggles around a little bit more, but the 4-hour time frame, every 4 hour, these candles here, every little candle is 4 hours long. It allows you opportunities to get in without being knocked out of the market because it hits your stop loss. Okay. So if you can see here, it's blue on this indication right here. This is the indicator that I am going to use, or a variation of it. It's similar. Where stocks, you have to buy, and that's all you have to buy. You can't do short selling, which is selling the stock. Here in Forex, with a little bit of money, you can parlay that into big money. And that's what I have done. I take a little bit of money and I've parlayed that into big money. Okay. Here in Forex, you can actually trade up or down or sideways. It doesn't matter. There is no restriction for that, for you to trade up or down. The only thing you need to know is how to trade it. It's real simple, or it can be simple. So you can see this currency pair is going up. So if we actually we can mark it and see where see this arrow right here. Let me zoom in again. See that little arrow right there? That's the indication of when to get into the market. And let me just hold this like this. So let me get my bullseye. It gets into the close of this, and look, up we go. Up we go. What I would do is let me get my little thing here. So let's just say I entered here, right here. It goes up to here. Let me get another. I'm going to change this around to a different color. I'm going to explain that in a second here, why I'm going to do it. Okay, it's yellow. So remember, if this was my entry point, going up whatever the let's see here, the entry point right there is kind of hard to see, 1.09 blah 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 whatever, that is my entry. And let's just say after a few hours or a day or so it goes up to here, this is my stop loss. And what that means is it stops the losses. It will get me out of the market it gets me out of the market when the amount of losses overpowers my threshold. So that is the amount of money I am willing to lose, supposedly, if I lose any at all. Okay? So what happens if that was the stop loss down here, I would actually move it up right here. Now that stop loss is in profit. So now if the market ever comes back down and touches that stop loss, it will knock me out in profit. It won't be as much as profit up here, but it will still knock me out. So this is how I trade, and then I don't worry about it. I just come back and make sure that that trade keeps going or it's knocked me out, and I just focus on other currencies. I don't worry about it. So let's just say now it's up here. That is where the price is up here. So now what I do is I would move this stop loss probably like right around this area here. Okay? It's easier that way. And then if another signal hits me, and I see right here, you can actually see where my mouse is. It came down, it would have touched my stop loss, it would have knocked me out. So what would that be as in money wise? Let's just see here, right around here. Based on how much you trade, probably this would probably be like, on a small end, $100 maybe, depending on how much you trade. On a medium-sized end, it would probably be like 500, and on a high end, probably 1,000. Who knows? It's all based on the ratio of how much you trade and how much you have a starting balance in your account. Because when you trade here, you need to have X amount of dollars to support, which is called margin, to support that trade. So let's say you put on a small little trade and that commands $4 to hold that trade. So if you put on 4, then you need 4 times 4 is 16. You need to have $16. So the broker is going to subtract $16 from your account just to hold that until you cash out, and then they'll give you that $16 back, regardless if it's a win or a loss. So does that make sense? So I'm going to delete this. Now I'm going to move this to another section. So here, the signal's up here. You can actually see it. There's a signal right there, that red arrow. So the signal is a little late on this one. So it's like right around here. So it would probably be, oh, this probably be a small win or maybe a tiny little bit of a loss. And that's okay. Because remember, if you win more than you lose, you actually become successful and make money and become rich that way. Because remember, if you win more than you lose, you start making a profit. So let's just say that was a small little loss. Now, if you go over here and get into this one and you just let it play out until it comes up to here, that is actually a win. See all the blue there? So that win offset that loss right there. Will we always do that? No, of course not. Will we always win? Of course not. That's the how trading is. You just want to win more than you lose. So you can actually see all the different ways of trading here. Okay. So I'm going to pause this video and I'm going to close the laptop down. I just want to give you a little demonstration about it. And then we will talk about what's left on the board here. Over here, real quick, I don't know if you can see it. These are the timelines here. That's 1 minute, 5 minute, 15, 30, 1 hour, or H stands for hour, 1 hour, 4, daily, weekly, and monthly. So we are looking for between the 1 hour and the 4 hour charts, the trading. Okay, so we can actually look, see there's other currency pairs that is hard to see. I'm going to do that. So this is the Euro Japanese yen, and jeez, look at this trade here. Huge. It starts right here, goes all the way, whoops. Let's do that again. Well, here, all the way up here, and it wavers right there. It's crazy. So that means that's 490 pips. Pip stands for price index, price interest points. And that is the point. That is what this is right here. It's hard to see. It's hard to see that. But that's what that number is right there, the price interest points. So let me just zoom in, see if I can see it. It's hard to see. So we'll zoom back out. Okay. So let me freeze the video, and we'll get back to the board here. Just wanted to show you more about that, okay? Okay, bear with me. I'm going to hold the camera instead of putting it in the tripod. Okay. So I showed you the computer time with what the MT4 does. Okay. Getting back to this right here where it says trading signals on Telegram 67 a month. I trade the currency forex market. Very successful. I do it for a side income, side hustle. When I do my other jobs, businesses, what have you, I can trade the 4 hour charts. It's easier for me so I can tap into the forex market and not lose out on it, but allow me to have time to do my other things that I'm interested in. Forex trading or trading alone is not my only interest. There's other interests. Okay. After begging me, what's going on, Bill? Please, you need to help us trade, please. After being twisted and prodded about having to do trading for other people, I said, okay, stop begging and stop crying. I can help you trade. Okay. So what I'm going to do with the signal is there's me right here. I am working with the programmer. I'm sending the signals to the programmer. The programmer is helping me with a signal program. And what that does is it's sending it to a Telegram signal service. That signal service is usually on your cell phone. It's called Telegram. It's like an MSS, like a messenger type of program. Okay? So what happens is I see a signal that I like. I send that over to the programmer, and the programmer programs that for me, puts it on the Telegram, and finally it goes to you folks. And guess what? You start to make moolah, starting to make money. So let's say the programmer is already done. Let's take this off here. No more programmers needed because he or she's done my programming bidding what I want. Now, Bill puts on the trade. It sends it to the Telegram because I'm trading that. And if I'm making money off of it, guess what? You're also making money off of it. Is that simple or what? The average person, I'm not saying this as a guarantee, makes around, on the small end, maybe up to $1,000 per month. Okay? Is that worth $67 for you? Making around $1,000 possible a month. And let me do a little disclaimer. I didn't do it in the beginning. Trading is risky. Make sure you trade with money that you can afford to lose. Don't trade money that you can't lose. And past performance is not indicative of what future payouts will be. So what it means is that just because we're positive on the last trade doesn't mean we're going to be positive in the next trade or the next trade. Just keep that in mind. That's why you do smart money management and you do make your lots very low so you can get into multiple lots, multiple trading currencies. So in the overall theme of things, all those trades, wins minus your losses, you still have wins, and that's how you can move and progress ahead. Does that make sense? Okay. So part 2 of this video, this is part 1. Part 2 of this video, I am going to be working with my programmer, busy with him, and we're going to work out the gist of what the issues is, if there's any bugs or anything, to get everything streamlined. Part 2 will be setting up the Telegram, having everybody sign in, and then be able to get trades on your cell phone and manually put the trades on. The reason it's manually, so in case you don't want to use MT4, let's just say you use Charles Schwab, for example, and they have currency trading. You might like them. You might have a favorite currency broker that you want to use. That's fine. Just put on the trade, listen to what I say, as in the stop loss, move it up or move it down, what have you. And this trading, I assume you know how to trade a little bit. Ran out of storage space there when you're recording a lot. See that signal service? I'm going to do you one better. I might change that. Signal service, 27 a month instead of 67. That's my gift to you because it's a no nonsense, no bullshit trading. You just trade with me, make money, and eventually get rich that way. Okay? So part 2 will be about working with the programmer and getting everything streamlined to show you more of the product and showing you how it works. Take care, everybody.